back to our Super Tuesday recap. It's Chris and Deepam here. We're here to talk about Season 4, Episode 13 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Boom. An explosive inhuman surfaces and the team is tasked with containing it. Elsewhere, Coulson and Mac encounter Radcliffe's inspiration for Aida. Let me just go ahead and start this right now. It's a bad idea to make a robot jealous.
Oh yeah. Oh, this episode's full of bad ideas.
Like, it is just a bad idea to look, if you're gonna buy a new toaster, get rid of the old toaster first. Don't start making toast with the new toaster in front of the old toaster. All right, let's not do that. And even
all
worse,
toasters matter. Right,
all toasters matter. Even worse, when the toaster finds out it was modeled after a real person.
Like, this ends poorly. Like, this just gets
oh my
right now.
God!
We've been saying it for a while, and even Mac had a great soliloquy about it. This ends poorly.
Like, when Aida takes the necklace off of Agnes,
like mad poorly.
I'm just, oh no, this is not good. Like, because here's the thing, and you've noticed this when you compare Aida to all the other LMDs, she's the one that reacts the most like an android. She's the one that doesn't have the full. She's not fooling anybody. I mean, I guess if you're not paying attention, but you can just tell something's wrong with her. She's weird.
Yeah, like Simmons picked up on it the first time they met her. It's like, oh,
yeah.
That's an android.
Right. She now has access to the memories and the brain of the woman she is fashioned off of, who is also the former love of Radcliffe.
And who is at her whim and control inside this fantasy world.
Yes.
Or what do they call it? The framework?
The framework.
I'm sorry. It's the Matrix. There,
yeah.
I said it.
Yeah, no.
The goddamn Matrix.
The not Matrix. Yeah, you're right.
No, with not Nitro this episode.
Right.
Look, they're doing it. Right. Slick. We're smart. Like, we're not. Yeah, we get you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, dude. This is no. And I love that Radcliffe is so dumb and unaware of this.
He has no idea how bad it's about to go.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is a bad idea, dude. Like, oh my God, you just basically told your toaster that this is the real deal that I'm really in love with, and no. Like, he hasn't noticed the little things we notice when he says things to Aida, like when Aida called him out for lying. It's like, oh, well, no, you're being evasive.
You're being evasive. Oh, man, look.
See, basically, your toaster basically gave you the, we need to have a talk. Talk, all right? Like,
the toaster said, who was that on the phone?
Right.
You're being very evasive. You're acting so strange.
Right.
Yeah, this is all bad.
All
bad for everyone.
This is not good. Not good.
Because now you've motivated her.
Mm-hmm. You've given her inspiration and something to achieve. You know? Like, and just the way that Radcliffe talks about Aida, you talk about her like she's an outdated model. Like, she's like, it's just.
Now use very dismissive terms talking about Aida. And she doesn't appreciate it. And we're all figuring that out right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just not good, guys. Not good.
And can I say, just tip of the cap to whoever the actress is playing Aida? I don't know on the top of my head.
Mallory Jansen.
She did a really great, like her playing the bassist whose name I've literally already forgotten. Alyssa?
Agnes.
Agnes, that's the name. She really, her performance showed the starkest of contrasts. Because like you said, like Aida is the one that feels most like an android, but never more so than when put in stark contrast with her actual like basis.
Mm-hmm. But that's something that this show has done particularly well, right? Like, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. does a really good job of finding actors and actresses that can play two different versions of themselves or multiple versions of themselves and give you two completely different personalities and you know, and depending on what the script calls for, like, you know, obviously Brett Dalton and how we had that. Even with
I'm going to say this really quickly before we cut you off here. I need you to watch Fringe.
I know. It's on the list.
I just need you to rewatch Fringe. Just watch Fringe.
It's on the list for this year. It's just gonna happen. Yeah, but like that's what we've seen. Like there are certain characters we've seen grow. You know, you've had your Gemma, Daisies, your Fitz. They've all grown. You get glimpses of like May being a softer side of May, but then you get characters like this, like Jansen plays literally two different versions of herself at the same time. You know, you have Aida and you have Agnes, and they're in the same episode, and she's having to switch between them. And like you said,
they're in the same damn room,
right? It's just a shocking, and like tip of the cap, well done.
Bravo to casting. Whoever cast this,
absolutely
knew exactly what they were doing.
Absolutely, and then just making sure you pull those out, that performance out is just great. So if there's one issue I had with this episode, I kind of wish they didn't kill Senator Nadir. I just feel like we're not done with her yet.
I agree to a point because I think you're right. I think that felt like there was more story there. At the same time, so I was trying to describe someone who watches The Flash and Arrow was asking me, "Oh, is S.H.I.E.L.D. any good?" And I was trying to describe it to him. The difference was,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, he didn't watch. He's not a Marvel guy. He just wanted to know, which is fine. And I said the difference is I said something to the effect of, we could have fit 3 seasons of The Flash into 1 season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like they've perfected the serialization of just telling bang, 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 bang stories. Like, honestly, if this was a CW show, we would have met like maybe 2 Inhumans already. Mm-hmm. And we'd all be on our 3rd episode talking about our feelings about Inhumans. We got Juma go from like staunchly anti-Inhuman to helping Daisy, and we never had one fucking conversation about it. And I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This show is superheroes on speed, and that's why I'm okay with Nadir dying.
Yeah, no,
it's within the DNA of the show.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And it's one, and like it's happened plenty of times. Like, remember when they brought what's his name? The dude. Remember we had the Splinter Shield, the real Shield. I can't remember who was the.
Dog, you realize if this was a CW show, they'd still be fighting Mac about that. Why also mean the Mac? Because back in 2 years ago, he was part of the other Shield.
Right. You know, like at this point, we forgot that other Shield existed.
Right. I brought that up last week. You were like, "Oh shit, that did happen."
Right. And the director of that show got killed by an Inhuman. Like
they brought in Lucy Lawless for 45 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
See, like
Jesus
this
Christ.
show does not give a fuck, man.
Right. So you're right in that sense, and again that's why when I mentioned it, but it's not one of those. Oh man, it really took me out because, like you said, you can't get attached to any of these characters.
Anything in this show.
They will snatch it away from you.
They will. Don't let them know you're enjoying something. Mm-hmm. That's my biggest piece of advice about this show.
And like I said, the only reason why I thought that maybe they keep it around is because we know something else is going on with her brother.
Right.
But when I really sit down and think about it, I was like, well, at this point, do we need Nadir? And then honestly,
you've given the brother a mission.
Not only did you give the brother a mission, but her death serves Anton well because it's an Inhuman that people are saying is an Inhuman that killed her, and that's you basically made her a martyr for the cause. Like her death actually does serve the purpose.
It propels the story forward.
It propels the story forward. Like I said, it's one of those I kind of would like to see more of her because she is just so evil, but.
She kind of served her purpose. It was time for her to go.
Right. I mean, this show will discard you when you like. Don't make the show feel like you served your purpose, yo.
Yo, I bet the actors don't get colds while they're shooting. Like, you sick? Nah.
Right. Don't worry about coming. I mean, we don't really need you to come in next week. Well, no. I'm fine. Like,
take the day. You're sick. It's just a table read. No, I should. I feel like I should be at every table read we have.
I just want to know. I just want to know what's going on. I just want to be aware.
Yeah, I just want to keep my. Hey, I'm a team player. I want to be involved, baby.
Aren't you giving birth? Isn't like well, no, it's fine. I can still read in between. Like,
I've put that on hold until we're done with the read.
Right. My baby knows. It understands. It totally understands.
Mama needs this job.
It's understandable. Yeah. Yeah. No, so you're right, and I like the fact that it was one of because again I like the fact that it was one of Anton's men. I can't remember. I don't even know the guy's name.
I looked it up because I was like, "Is that's his name in the comics?" And it's not.
It's Terrence Shockley, isn't it? Isn't it him? Yeah, is that the guy? Yeah,
Terrence Shockley.
Yeah,
Shockley. We see you, Marvel.
They're not even true.
I just want you to know that we know. That's all I need you to know that we know.
Fox might not know.
Fox has no clue.
But we know.
But we know.
Yeah, like I like that was one of his men, and I love the way that they treated him. Just like you're an Inhuman, you're one of them, and and I like the fact that he's such a believer in the cause that he's just like on some. I'm a soldier. I'll do my mission. Like it shows you how loyal these people are to the cause and how much they believe it. And it also shows you that, hey, listen, it's not easy to determine who can be an Inhuman and who can't be. Yeah, Senator Deer's brother was an Inhuman, but just because she was, they shared the same blood and they were family, doesn't mean that she can be an Inhuman too.
What also looks like that synthetic Terrigen crystals are in play now.
Yeah. The ones
he said we got it from the dock, and I'm like, oh, all right.
Yeah, the ones he got from working with Hive.
Right.
Yeah. So another problem. So now we got synthetic Terrigen back on the market, and
they did so much. And I know we always marvel at it, but they are able to fit so much into an hour.
Yeah,
it's really kind of mind blowing.
Yeah, I watched this and I go, that was only actually less than an hour because with the commercials and everything like that, it's more like 42 minutes or something like that, and and the pacing never gets off. It's always the pacing's always really well, and it works for what they're doing in there. And,
couldn't agree more.
Like I said, I'm always shocked. I'm always shocked by it, and there's so many moving parts, and they always all come together. So, and again, the show does really well when you split the team off. So you have Mac and Coulson out here trying to find the basis for Aida and convince her to come. And obviously that goes poorly because, the woman's dying. And what did you think she would do when given an opportunity to,
Like knowing that she knows his goal was eternal life, the only thing he'd offer is that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how would she not? I'm sorry. You could die or.
Yep.
Give me a chance to save you.
And then you have the rest of the team, led by Daisy, working to stop this Inhuman thing. And I love we get more of that. We're going more into this whole thing about what's going on with Mace and how he's basically feeling inadequate. And basically just like a figurehead. I'm like,
I thought I use a lot of football metaphors.
Oh, yeah. He probably learned them at one of those he feels like one of those guys that goes to one of those upper management meetings and comes back with a bunch of acronyms and shit. That you hate.
He is middle management. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, and
especially now that Phil's really taking back control of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, and you can get that. And again, it's a small thing, but you get this episode, you get a nice little arc with Mace trying to find his role now. Because he's no longer, nobody in that building respects him as director anymore. Because everybody in the building knows he's not really director. Mm-hmm. We'll put the face on, when they're going in to look at the office, and Daisy's like, well, that's your job, you go talk to the press. He's like, but I was kind of hoping I could help. He was like, you can't help by staying out here and doing that. It's just Yeah. There was that scene, and then the scene when he walks into his office and Daisy's the one talking to the other agents about the keeping track of the other Inhumans that could be in danger, and you're just like, she's doing this so much better than you did.
Grab me a coffee.
Yeah, Mace? right. And then you add in the extra the extra thing on there where Gemma tells him, it's like, yeah, that serum is killing you. Which, again, I appreciate, because any attempts to duplicate Steve Rogers always ends in tears.
It shouldn't go well because it throws off the universe.
Right. It always goes wrong. So if you didn't do that and you said, there were no side effects other than it wears off after a little bit of time, then why don't you just keep making a bunch of that serum and have a bunch of super soldiers? You know? That, like, if there's no downside to it, then you've basically duplicated the super soldier serum. Sure, it doesn't work. Like, Steve Rogers doesn't need a re-up, but like Fitch redesigned the entire fucking suit so that, you know.
He came in so happy.
Right, he came in so happy. Just like, oh yeah, man, feeds in through your belt. All you gotta do is push a button and you're good to go. No more suitcase, no more nothing. So you could have had all that stuff done. So if you don't make that serum deadly, it like you said, it breaks the universe. So
yeah,
although they threw that in there, and then it also gives him again, it's on one of those. Hey, he another reason why you can't be out in the field.
Right.
Another reason why you got to be just the figurehead out here, because you can't be out in the field. You're not trained enough. Like, I love when he was like, well, yeah, agent, I can't remember who the agent was. He was like, she only pinned me in 10 seconds. And I think Jimmy was like, well, next time it'll be 12. Just like, no respect. No respect for Mace. You know, like, they only call him director because there might be some reporter around the earshot.
Yo, humans.
Right.
Like, he's not even like a person anymore.
Right?
Humans, he talked to you. Who? Humans. Oh, what's up, Mace?
Mm.
Like, I wouldn't even like, hey, I heard you want to talk to me? You could have, put on a suit. Why I come to suit talk to you, man?
Yeah, no. showing up and showing up.
Flip flops and mesh shorts and shit.
Right.
Like I can see Matt coming in with just UNC shorts. Like, what's up, man?
Right.
We want to talk your performance review. No, really, what do you want?
Right.
What do you really want? This is my day off, man. I can't believe I'm here.
Right. Oh man, yeah. So I enjoy doing that. But seeing some people tell me, like, look, so I'm definitely on Fitch's LMD.
Oh, I never left that block.
Yeah, I've always been on that. But I want to know what was it this episode that got people? Cause I saw a lot of people now hitting me up talking about something. Oh yeah, Fitch. What was it this episode that got people thinking that?
I have no idea.
Because I have no idea either. I was looking, I was like, what? Wait, why did? And somebody actually hit me up on Twitter, was like, oh, Fitch is definitely an LMD now. I'm like, wait, I watched the episode. I'm like, well, I mean,
I'm going through my notes now.
I'm like, well, I definitely believe.
Oh, was it him pushing the guy in the or pushing not faux nitro into the containment unit?
No, maybe it was the scene where he brings the suit in and the LMD detector goes off, but I was just like, that's a little too heavy-handed.
Yeah,
and plus it was because of the suit, and they were still working on the detector. So I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, look, I'm glad everybody's on the train now.
Yeah, we should all be here.
We should all.
He is an LMD.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I did love the scene when him and Mace pushed Shockley into the containment unit, and Gemma was just incensed. She's like, "Don't ever do that again." What I'm trying
He's
to
like, save the day, and I'm like, good answer, dog.
Yeah, right.
That's a good shot.
I'm looking at Simmons like, well, this is also a man that dove into a portal for you. All right, like
he called it out. I'm not, Coulson did. I'm not jumping through a portal between worlds.
Right, this time.
This day, today.
Right.
Yet.
Yeah, I mean, listen. When it comes to leap before looking, it's it's Coulson then Fitz. All right, so look, like you can't like.
But Coulson got a very healthy lead.
Oh no! I mean, he jumped way further.
That Halo bullshit.
Yeah, that Halo bullshit was just fucking absurd. All right, let's not go anywhere. Like Coulson's got a very comfortable lead here with leaving without looking. All right, but Fitz is just the one that literally what everybody's trying to figure out what to do. He jumps in and literally he pulled you from another world.
It's true,
Simmons. Like he literally grabbed you, pulled you from another world. Come on, and then when you tell him that you met somebody else on that planet, he then went looking for that man for you. Come on,
he's a sucker. I mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a sucker
and a sucker.
So yeah, Simmons. When it comes to making rash decisions, the man you love is
You signed up for this.
You definitely signed up for this.
And you knew who he was. Like he went to another universe or planet to come get you. Don't act surprised.
Come on, that's just you just gotta accept that. You just gotta accept that. Yeah, I also again we haven't heard yet when if we're getting a fifth season. I'm assuming yes, just because the amount of money they put into the show has to be.
The money. This show, man, they must go through it, right?
Dude, the way Shockley when he blew up the first time, I was like, oh, I wonder how they're gonna show him doing that. When they showed him reconstituting his body,
and they didn't do it like fast or like behind something. They were like,
no,
here it is. We're that confident in these effects.
Listen, we talk all the time how we love the effects on CW and how they're really well done.
They're adorable at this point.
Right. They compared to what they did this episode with Shockley, adorable is the right word.
It's the good job, good effort kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Like, Jesus. Yeah, man. I enjoyed the fuck out of that. And yeah, I'm still trying to be sold on the Superior.
They did a good job of at least communicating a threat this time.
Yeah.
They were able to take down Mace. They were able to organize everything. His willingness to use Nitro. I think that they did a very much better job of showing, not telling this episode.
Exactly.
As opposed to telling me you should be scared of him. They're like, okay, he's scary. Here's why he's scary.
Right. And the fact that he gets undiagnosed. I mean, here's a man in Shockley that was basically his number 2 guy. Like that was his guy all over the place. Turned out to be an Inhuman, and he's basically turning his back on him.
Not basically completely did.
Yeah, and
it's like we're done here.
Yeah, and basically had Shockley go, I'm not gonna let you down. I'm still gonna do what I was meant to do. And they're like, fuck it, all right. And he's dead. He's basically dead to me. Like, okay, you got me. This guy. Okay, all right. I'm sold.
That's the only reaction you can have.
Yeah. He's scared. So he's a little bit scarier.
Oh, yes, that's an accurate understatement. But yes, it's a little bit scary. It's like they heard us say he's not a credible threat, and they were like, "Well, watch this shit." Mm-hmm. And I'm happy about it.
So, and the thing that makes it even scarier now too is he apparently skimmed the Darkhold.
Oh yeah.
It's
a problem.
That's not good. And I love what Radcliffe's reaction was to it. It's like you read the dark. No, you weren't supposed to read it. You're not supposed to do it. I'm like, yeah, but you kind of skimmed it too. So what did the?
He's also like the guy keeping you alive, so I would stop mouthing off to him and just kind of do what the fuck he says, Radcliffe.
Well, Radcliffe is overconfident in Aida too, so.
That's fine. I'm just all right.
He does have a bodyguard of a.
That's a very good point. I'm not gonna lie. That's an excellent point.
I mean, remember what she did when she killed those other 2 people last time? She didn't sat quietly with her hands on top of her knee, like she didn't just rip a hole through a man's chest. So
you brought good arguments.
Yeah, right. I
appreciate that.
I just want to bring some counterpoints to this.
100%. I'm right with you, man. Carry on.
Right. Yeah. So I'm wondering now. Okay. We've seen what the Darkhold has done to people. in the hands of this guy, a little bit scary.
Yes.
A little bit scary. What do you think the overall goal for Radcliffe is? I mean, we've been talking about LMDs, but this episode, I'm like, wait, it looks like the framework is a bigger thing to him. Because, like you said, it's like the Matrix. It is the Matrix, right? So now he has two individuals in the framework where you can literally put their consciousness in to the framework, and their physical body can die. So what is his ultimate goal? Is his ultimate goal to get everybody hooked up to some version of the framework? Literally, like you said, I mean, we keep saying it, but literally like the Matrix.
Well, there's lots of practical and payable applications for that. So that I'm okay with almost, just because there's lots of ways to use it that you can sell people who have terminal illnesses. You can sell it. There's lots of ways to monetize that.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about monetize. I'm talking about like, but that's not what.
But you talk about
Radcliffe's not about monetizing. Radcliffe's about saving people, right? He's about saving
exactly
lives.
Like Agnes said, he's always trying to find a way to save lives.
Right. So,
and the first life he wanted to save was Agnes's, and now that he has, I think that I don't know, man, because you're right. Like, what's the point? But if you, I don't know. The end game got weird now because I'm unsure as to what his goal is.
Yeah, because at first it was like, okay, you replace everybody with LMDs, right? Because they can't die, and you can give people what they want and programming, blah 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 blah. All right, cool. Now I'm like, wait, maybe LMDs isn't the end goal. The end goal is the framework where you literally are able to give a person the happiness and the joy they want without any of the pain, without any of the disappointment.
I'll tell you who doesn't want to hear that.
Who? The
Aida.
Spirit. Well, yeah. Yeah.
If Aida finds out she's a means to an end, she might take more than a necklace. She might take a neck.
You think?
Yeah.
Like I said, we started this episode talking about how a bad decision that this is with Aida and everything, and we're just seeing that more and more and more. Yeah, like Radcliffe has literally taught this robot to do everything you're not supposed to teach robots to do. Taught the
lie, steal, and hurt people.
Right, and then also eventually caring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no. The last thing you need is robots falling in love with you, and that's just not no. So, but yeah, I feel like the LMDs aren't the end goal because again they can break down. But if you can get the stream of consciousness and get I'll be interested, and again it'll be interesting seeing what else in the dark hole tells him. Like if the dark hole teaches him how to create something that he can make on a wide scale. To like I said, I don't know. I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. What is episode? This is episode 13. Yeah, so we're supposed to know what the last one, the last theme of this season is in 2 more episodes. So, yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. I'm very intrigued, but to see what this what Radcliffe's game is right now, because whatever it is not going to be good.
No.
So yeah.
That's a very fair assessment.
Yeah. So.
It's going to be very bad for a lot of people.
Yes, very, very bad.
Probably for Radcliffe, too, considering the way Aida is behaving.
Yes, and I love that Radcliffe just is not paying attention to any of that. As a typical
he has
man,
no idea.
Being a typical man and completely ignoring the woman that loves him. That never ends well for you guys. It never does. Never does. It's always a bad idea. So... all right, you got anything else you want to do for this episode before I get into some of these? I got some. You got a review and I got an email.
Give me 1 second. Go through my notes really quickly. I think you're right. I think we touched on mostly everything. I think it really cool that this show's moving so quickly and moving in such a great pace. I know that you and I were a little concerned after the Ghost Rider stuff. How would they keep up with kind of the breakneck story they had there? And they've done a great job of that. I really enjoyed the creative use of Daisy's powers to knock that guy in the other guy's head. And then she just kept blowing him up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
which is one of the more ingenious ways to stop a bad guy. I thought you were going to stop him blowing up. She decided to tire him out by blowing him up.
You know what I love about this? So when you watch The Flash, they're always like, Barry, use your power to do this. Like, use the vibration. Like, they were like, yeah, use your vibration to counter his vibration, do this, right? That's kind of what they try to do with this episode with Daisy and saying, well, no, you can absorb, you can tune your power to his and you can keep him from blowing up and do it that way. Like, it's a very flash explanation. And then Daisy was like, yeah, but I can't do it. So then when she gets there, they're going to fight. You're like, well, she'll like just like the Flash, she'll figure out how to do it, right? Like Wally literally was
she'll
just
have
like
that breakthrough at the best possible moment.
Right. Like Wally's never been able to phase through anything up until this point where he needed to phase through that Yorkin, right? And you're like, well, that's what Daisy's going to do. And Daisy goes, nah, tire him out. I'm just going to blow him up. So I'm just going to force him to blow up every time.
Yo, I love that he was like mid-sentence, like, and another thing, boom.
Right. And I love how Daisy and I love how Fitz and Simmons were just like, oh, so she's just gonna. Okay, so we're not gonna. I thought you were gonna. Oh, we're gonna do this. We're a new plan. Okay, that's what we're going.
Daisy's like, more than one way to do this, guys. More than one way to do this.
Awesome, just awesome. So, all right, anything else? I forgot about that. So good.
No, I think that was pretty much my last point.
All right, here's an email from Roja. Okay, I'll have to unpack here with this episode. First, I have been seeing a lot of questions about why Cinna Nadir did not turn when Terrence Shockley did. So in episode 2, when the Inhumans began, it was established that what makes Inhumans unique is genetics. But most important, that it is a dominant gene. I think it was Lincoln breaking it down for Sky at the time. If we remember our friend from the second grade, Mr. Gregor Mendel, with the whole green pea, yellow pea, let's grow a plant. When it looks like a Nadir merely obtained all of the received genes from the Inhuman gene carrying parent. Yeah, I mean that's just that's the thing with Inhumans though. Like even in the comics, like remember Kamala Khan is an Inhuman. The rest of her family isn't.
Right.
You know, so same thing. Honestly, same thing with mutants, right? You know, there are plenty of times with the like, yeah, sure, you get like the Summers brothers.
Magneto's granddaughter is a flat scan.
Right. I love how you use flat scan.
I love it. I decided to start using it around people and just see what happens.
Good for you, sir. First of all, you're talking to a guy that has a Magneto in his right shirt. So using flat, you're not going to be able to just use flat scan and just let that one slide.
I just want to see what happens.
Right. Just going to do this.
I want to see if you notice.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, we'll let that one slide. Yeah. Okay. No, good job good job for that, sir. Second, I know because it's a Whedon show that they would like us to think that at some point there will be a transfer of consciousness from framework to an AI body. It could be even a race between May and Agnes, but I am a certified Whedonologist, and that is not going to happen. Well, we know Agnes's body is dead, so and maybe they could put it like I'm thinking that maybe what's going to happen is Aida is going to try to stream, maybe add that consciousness or her memories to herself, give herself an upgrade. Yep. Because Aida's doing an upgrade. She's the only one that hasn't gotten an upgrade. So there's that. It's Fitz. Fitz is an LMD conscious robot. He volunteered because he wanted a fully functioning brain and just did not remember. That is the heartbreaking twist, and I'm going to be crying all night when that happens. I definitely think Fitz is a robot. I know what you're saying here. Like when Fitz all of a sudden came back from the brain injury he had after season 1, but and that was season 2. But yeah, I mean, maybe
season 2 is a weird for that timeline to have happened because ooh shit, no, it's not.
Well, you're right.
It's the revelation that he knew his father.
I was about to say that's what I was going to say. The way they can do this is what did Radcliffe know? What did Radcliffe and his father talk about? And Fizz's father talk about? Because remember what we see with Agnes. Radcliffe hadn't made that breakthrough. Now, granted, he did make more of a breakthrough from getting the Darkhold, but he had already decided to start creating an LMD. So, who worked on the first LMD? Like, there's.
When's the last time we saw Fitz get hurt?
Good
like
point.
shot.
Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, we've seen him get hurt before in previous
I've
seasons.
seen him get cut.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean anything. Because
remember, right.
it doesn't mean anything.
Because you saw when May got hit, she had the endoskeleton.
Right, but remember, Radcliffe made a comment about how he did a rush job and didn't take care of that. So, like I said, here's the thing. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm full board.
What did my father say to you? He said, he thanks me for saving your life. When did you save my life?
All right. Yeah.
Hard cut flashback.
Yeah. Just saying.
That'd be just gut wrenching.
I'm here for it because, like I said, I am team LMD Fitz. So I'm prepared for that, and I love the fact that other people are getting on board with that, so that you guys don't blame me when it happens. Third, I think there's enough context clues that the Superiors are leftover Cold War super soldier project. Probably a project that began towards the end of the Cold War. He volunteered. He earned his gift through some brutal Russian Hunger Games. Gym class over there, and that is why he hates Inhumans. Plus, a little butthurt that the Cold War ended and was never able to display his gifts that he earned. That could, again, we have the thing with Mace and the super soldier serum. We do know the Russians obviously, worked their own program too. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm still not sold that he has powers. I would be sold if we find out that he's also Inhuman. He has the Inhuman gene in him.
Yeah.
That's what I would like to see. Because what happens when the guy who thinks he's superior, he's earned all his gifts, finds out that he also has Inhuman DNA in him? So, what is it about bad guys who seek to do the right thing, and it is the actual the right thing, and they go about such the wrong way that makes them so evil? I mean, the worst kind of evil, almost at the level of mass murderers and serial killer evil. I like the character of Radcliffe, but man, he is just an evil dude. Cue the Tyra Banks clip we were rooting. That is it. Have a great show. Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing. Remember, because even Coulson says it. He says it to Agnes. Is like he's under control. He's under the influence of a dark force. Like, remember, part of this is yes, Radcliffe. Here's the thing. I don't think Radcliffe is evil. And I think what it is the dark hold makes you give in to your deepest desires. And you gotta look at it. Radcliffe's desire is to save people. And it's like that it's like that thing that happens when you have all the other robots. We have those robot things of robots are built we built robots to protect us from protect humanity and stuff like that, and then the robot gains consciousness and realizes the best way to protect humanity is to destroy humanity.
And it always does.
Right. And that's kind of what happened with Radcliffe. It's like he's decided that the Darkhold is giving him into his deepest desires to be the savior of mankind, and his way of saving mankind is basically to be like, well, we'll remove the physical body and put you all into this consciousness, because that's what. Remember, he's. I don't see him as evil, because if he was evil, he wouldn't have stopped the Superior from torturing a Koenig.
Right.
He would have gone a more violent way. Remember when he sent Aida in there to get the Darkhold that time, it wasn't to have anybody. He didn't want anybody killed. It's like he's doing things like when it comes to. Like, I fully believe that what the LMD Radcliffe was saying to Fitz was 100% valid. Like, Radcliffe really feels for Fitz. It has a soft spot for him. So I don't think it's evil. I think it's just that the influence of the Darkhold has made it so that he's doing it all the wrong ways.
It's all manifesting in such an evil way, but
right?
Not inherently in himself evil. I see what you're saying.
Right, and that's I think that's the difference here. It's not like, say, the Superior, who is evil and is trying to kill people and is trying to do all this stuff. That's not Radcliffe. Radcliffe is not even like Senator Nadir was. He's literally siding with people that can get him what he wants, and that's it.
That's as far as he thought it through.
Right, that's as far as he thought it through, because that's all his desire is. That's all his focus is. In a way, he's got the same kind of programming that, like, say, LMD May had. Is LMD May is the LMD of May evil because it was it pulled the gun on Coulson and took the Darkhold? No, it was doing what it was programmed to do, and in a way, the Darkhold is kind of programmed Radcliffe to kind of do this. You know, so shit. I don't even think he's as I don't even see him as evil like Eli was.
Yeah, Eli was deliberate and evil.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I think the evil came from the fact that I think he was evil before. I think the evil comes from if you were evil before the Darkhold got a hold of you, you're going to be evil afterwards. And I don't think Radcliffe. Well, I think Radcliffe started off 100% in the right, even with when he created Aida the first time. Remember, had he never read the Darkhold, I don't think any of this happens. Oh, well, no more. You have I think you have a
one new 5-star. Do you want to talk about the other review you had?
What other review?
The one that made you mad. You said you want to talk about.
Hold on.
Not the 5-star review.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Thank you. No, we'll do the 5-star review first, and then we'll.
Policy as always. 5-star review. Read it on the air. This one's from Brad. It says, blame Chris and D-Palm always. Just to get this out of the way, follow me at Guy Nights Movies on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and iTunes for my podcasts of movie reviews, wrestling reviews, convention coverage from our Awesome Con, Rhode Island Comic Con panels, and coverage from many interviews like the voice of Colossus from Deadpool, some actors from The Walking Dead, and from the other various conventions we cover throughout the past 3 years of podcasting. So to my question. With the Black Flash having arrived in this new form, will the darkness that was in Hunter Zolomon return in its own form? Since you can't silence the darkness and maybe take over Wally to make him evil. Also, one of the shirts with your trademark catchphrase is coming, so I can buy one before I have to make one so I can wear it to your panel at Awesome Con. Because if May dies in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the shirt will be I blame Chris and D-Palm for May's death. I think what happened was. I think they're going to clarify this more as we get into deeper into Legends if you follow us on those reviews. It looks like the Time Wraith is fused with the speed vampire that was Zoom to hunt down errant speedsters. Mm-hmm. Whereas before, the Time Wraith would find you as a consequence of altering history. If you're a speedster who's either not supposed to exist or is altering time, it looks like that you start a clock on yourself and having the Black Flash chase you. As kind of evidenced by what we saw on Legends last week. I didn't see this week yet, so no spoilers there. But I think that we're done with Hunter Zolomon on the show, if only because Teddy Sears is on another show that got picked up, I think. Mm-hmm. And so this is a good way of them keeping his character in the mythos, but while still extending it to include the personification of death for speedsters, the Black Flash. As far as merch, we'll work on it. I mean, I can't. No promises are being made. We've got other things we're focusing on, expanding site-wise, content-wise, and giving you guys more stuff that you guys can listen to. Particularly our premium content, which you should all join for only $8 a month, and have us all make sure Chris sings to us and serenades to us on this here podcast. But anyway,
I like how you do that. Nice, very nice.
Yeah, I gotta get a shot.
Very nice, very nice. Well done, sir. Well done. Well done, sir.
I think that merch, it's coming, and it'll definitely say blame Chris on it. D-Palm, I don't know if I can co-sign. I don't know what I've really cursed the podcast with, aside from amazing theories. I don't know where we blaming D-Palm for anything.
Well, we're really doing this. Okay. Oh, we're doing this. All right, cool. This is fun. All right, okay. All right, sure. All right, okay, cool. Mm-hmm.
Did you have something you wanted to discuss about that review?
Oh, yeah. So, no, like I said, 5-star review. So we have 40. Apparently, I'm looking on here now. We have 44 reviews, 44 ratings. We have 43 5-star reviews. Thank you guys very much for this. All right, on Super Tuesday. That's just on the Super Tuesday recap, by the way. So I love that. Again, your reviews and your ratings mean so much to us. There is one 1-star review apparently. And the coward didn't even write something, so we don't even know what it was. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, fuck you. From the bottom of my heart, fuck you for your 1-star review. Because you're a petty ass motherfucker, and you couldn't
That's
even
some low down, low bottom hater shit, man.
Right, and you didn't even have the balls to write the actual review in there. Like, come on, man.
Put your name on it.
Yeah, come on. Stand by your ratings. Stand by your ratings. Man up. Man, we got one on they did the same thing on. You know what? I think somebody just went through and gave 1 star to all the stuff. I think I looked on Character Corners. There's a 1-star rating on that one too. And again, didn't. Now I'm getting angry. now you've gone too far.
Those take way too much time for 1 star. They haven't touched UD Pod yet. Thank goodness.
Oh, please don't do that, because if you do, you guys do. Like I'm the nice one.
You don't want these problems,
right?
Like everyone's like, "Oh, Chris is getting on the internet." Like y'all don't realize, like I just don't say this shit.
Right. I'm the nice one. Okay, guys. I'm the nice one. I want people to understand this. There's so many conversations that happen with some of these things. I'm just like, you guys think I'm bad, but I'm not.
I'm just very respectful of the internet, and I know a lot of these things are permanent. Mm-hmm. So I decided to reel a lot of this stuff in, but I have been known to let it off the leash occasionally.
Mm-hmm. You guys
Please don't make me.
Don't get those problems, guys. Anyway, guys, thank you guys very much for. You got anything else you want to say about this, man?
No. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man, you and I just discussed as it started, they're going into their third aspect of the season in 2 weeks. It's going to apparently become very clear. And I don't know where they go next, because they've done a great job of casting the who is an LMD. Like, we just talked ourselves into at least 2 theories as to how Fitz could be one. They've got so many balls in the air, but they never seem to drop them tip of the cap, because, and I joked earlier about how much faster they move than a CW show, but part of that is a testament to all of the staff and the crew, because they keep it going. I think this season particularly, they've really found that sweet spot of the writing where occasionally you could argue that maybe there have been slower episodes that I would say were exposition heavy because you needed them for the story to breathe. This season's like, fuck your breath.
Right.
We're going.
Right.
Keep up if you can't. If you can't keep up, oxygen tanks will be left at every mile marker.
Right.
Like it feels like they're on a mission. It's Shock and Awe, the television show, and they haven't fumbled yet. And this is such a high wire act to do weekly with all the different moving parts and all the different plots and subplots. Like Max got a dead child now. Like, there's so much happening. Fitz's dad was a throwaway line from last episode that did not get touched here. I'm betting all these threads come back, and they come back in the best way. And I'm just really happy to be doing these recaps every week.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, always fun. We'll be back next week, guys. Again, Super Tuesday recap. Leave a 5-star review. We'll read it on the air. And if you're going to leave a 1-star review, at least be man enough or woman enough to put your fucking name on it. And stand by it, all right? Well, like I said, we already did a promo for MTR Network, the premium account, premium stuff. Again, we got some good stuff coming out. I think this weekend we're doing Predator and Planetary for a comic book club, and then Predator for our nostalgia review. So
that Planetary one's gonna be good. I'm
not on it, but I want to hear you guys do it. I'm reading it now, and I already read Planetary once. I'm rereading it again. I'm like, oh, I forgot. So Warren Ellis, didn't he do? Did he do the Ultimate Fantastic Four?
He did. He did the first 2 arcs.
Totally makes sense now.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense that he did. What he did? Did he do Planetary first?
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Everything makes sense now. Because I read Planetary like last year sometime. We were supposed to do it then, delayed it, and I came back, started reading it again. I was like, oh my god, I forgot that they basically had a version of the Fantastic Four. I forgot that they had stuff from obviously stuff from DC and like Superman and Wonder Woman and Green Lantern. Like I forgot they had all this stuff in there. Oh yeah, Monster Island.
You guys are really in for a treat when this one goes live, guys.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. It starts off weird because Warren Ellis is a weirdo.
He's a weirdo.
He's a fucking weirdo. But when you
he's a crazy person.
But when you give him an arc, a whole arc to do what he's gonna do, He can tell the story.
He's gonna kick some ass.
He's gonna kick some ass. I mean, 'cause I think he also didn't. I think Warren Ellis also did Agents, Next Wave Agents of Hate.
Yep, that's him.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, weird. He's a fucking weirdo. All right, it's all fucking weird. Everything's weird. Like even that. Like I said, I don't hate that first. I get why people don't like it as a Fantastic Four fans, but it's just so fucking weird. It's so
that was
weird.
his goal. He's like, I want to be as weird as possible. I guarantee that's what he said.
Yeah, himself. And I'm like, oh well, no, you basically kind of were doing your you're basically doing guys, just the Planetary one's gonna be fun, so it's gonna be great. So I highly recommend reading that shit. So, again, thank you guys very much for listening, and until next time, we are out of here. Peace.